We're on.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Monday, January 7th Monroe Town Board reorganizational meeting. This will be a full reorganization meeting. There will be no public speaking this evening.
Say that for the next meeting.
Yes, we have, our next meeting is January 14th, next Monday. So, can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, before we begin, we're going to have a swearing-in ceremony for Councilman McGinn.
No, not for me.
No, you don't want to swear in?
No.
No, you good? All right.
I have another year left on my sentence. So.
For Councilman Scancarella, who was elected, and we felt that a professional thing to do was to actually swear him in when he got elected, so, rather than appointed. So, Mary Ellen, you're going to do the honors? Okay. Ms. Bailey, do you want to come up?
Come on, you guys can
Would you like to come up?
You're gonna live this forever. There you go.
Got it?
You have to stand behind him, like kind of push him
Yeah.
into this.
Sal?
Why don't we go?
Yeah, turn
Yeah.
around.
Turn around, everybody.
Turn around, so you face the camera.
Face the camera.
Yeah.
There you go.
You have to be in here. Think of it as a big selfie. There you go. Are we all set now? Keep pushing, Jimmy.
I state your name.
I, Sal Scancarello,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United States,
to support the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
Town of Monroe,
Town of Monroe,
Town Councilman,
Town Councilman,
according to the best of my abilities,
according to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
All right.
Congratulations.
All right.
Okay, we have two members that we wanted to recognize tonight, but neither of them are here presently, so we will hold off on that. Okay.
Save some dinner.
Okay. 3.1, I'll just go down the terms of the elected officers. Section 25 of the town law requires the oath of office for every town official within 15 days after commencement of office. Section 10 of the public officers law requires the oath of office of every municipal officer to be on file in the office of the clerk of the municipality. So the terms are as follows. Myself, Anthony Cardone, supervisor, expires 12/31/2021. These are all expiration dates. Richard Cologne, councilman, 12/31/2021. Mary Bingham, councilwoman, 12/31/2021. Mike McGinn, councilman, 12/31/2019. Sal Scancarello, councilman, 12/31/2019. Mary Ellen Beams, town clerk, 12/31/2019. Audra Schwartz, town justice, 12/31/2021. Steve Milligran, town justice, 12/31/2019. and John Cherney, Highway Superintendent, 12/31/2019. Next on the agenda, the acting supervisor. We need a motion and a second for the position of acting supervisor.
I'd like to make a motion that Councilman Cologne still acts in that capacity.
I'll second
He's
that.
done so ably for the last year.
Wonderful job.
Okay. Seconded by Councilman Scangarello. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, Skip.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Make an eye.
Okay. So be it resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe hereby appoints Rick Cologne as acting supervisor, term to expire 12/31/2019.
Thank you, everybody, for your support.
4.2, we wanted to put on hold as the assessor's term does not expire till 9/1/2019. Item 4.3, the registrar of vital statistics, which is coterminous with the office of town clerk. I'll make a motion that the registrar of vital statistics be Mary Ellen Beams.
I'd like to second that.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Make an eye.
Okay, so moved. That is, just so everybody's aware, that's under Public Health Law 4121 and 4123. Item 4.4, Deputy Registrar. I would like to make a motion to appoint Patricia Cash for a term to expire 12/31/2019.
And I'd also like to second that one.
Okay, call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye?
Scangarello, aye.
Make an eye.
Okay. No, that's,
No,
yeah, it's on there. It's 4.5.
right.
4.6. Okay, item 4.5, which was added, town marriage officer. I will make a motion to appoint Mary Ellen Beams as the town marriage officer.
I'll second.
I'll second.
Second by Sal.
Okay, call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Make an eye.
Okay, so move, be resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe approves the town clerk as a town marriage officer pursuant to the provisions of the domestic relations law. Term to expire 12/31/2019. Tax collector. Anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion, we appoint Mary Ellen Beams to that position.
I'll second that.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Make an eye.
Okay, so moved. So be it resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe hereby appoints Mary Ellen Beams as tax collector, term to expire 12/31/2019. Deputy tax collector, I'll make a motion to appoint Patricia Cash.
And I'd like to second that.
Okay, call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Again.
I'll make an eye.
Be it resolved that the town of Monroe board of the town of Monroe board hereby appoints Patricia Cash as deputy tax collector, terms to expire 12/31/2019. I'd like to make a motion. 4.7 is the town engineer. Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe hereby appoints McGooey, Hauser, and Etzel as town engineer.
I'd like to second that.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Make an eye.
Okay, so I apologize, I was a little ahead of myself there. So be it resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe hereby appoints McGooey, Hauser, and Etzel as town engineer, term to expire 12/31/2019. Town historian. Make a motion to appoint James Nelson as the town historian.
I'll second that.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Make an eye.
Again, we want to get out of here before midnight, all right?
Consult with the attorney here.
Yeah.
Sal, give him a push, huh?
Be resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe hereby appoints James Nelson as the town of Monroe historian, term to expire 12/31/2019. Deputy Town Clerks. I'll make a motion to appoint Patricia Cash as Deputy Clerk.
I'd like to second.
Yes.
There is no motions on them. Those are the appointments by me, so the town board does not make motions on them.
Okay,
And the same thing with the highway superintendent's
Yes.
deputy.
yep, okay.
Okay.
So the Deputy Town Clerks with expiration terms of 12/31/2019 are Patricia Cash and Valerie Bitzer. Item 7.1, Deputy Superintendent of Highways, term expires 12/31/2019. That would be William Brown Jr. 8.1, Planning Board Member.
I'd like-
Slot number 3.
Okay. Planning board member.
Yep,
I'd like to nominate put John Allegro in for that position.
I'll second it.
okay, that's actually a 7-year term, which expires 12/31/2025. Call the question?
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay, so move, be it resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe hereby appoints as planning board member in slot number 3, term to expire 12/31/25, John Allegro. Congratulations, John.
Congratulations,
Thank you-
John.
Thank you for stepping up, we appreciate it.
Congrats, John.
Planning board chairperson? Councilman McGinn, do you want?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we reappoint Bonnie Franson, the planning board chairwoman.
I'd like to second that.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
So moved, be resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe hereby appoints Bonnie Franson as planning board chairperson, terms to expire 12/31/2019. Okay, zoning board of appeals members. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Peter Lewis, slot number 3, which expires 12/31/2021, as a full-time member.
I'll second that motion.
Peter was currently an alternate. The motion is seconded. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay. I'd like to appoint Michael Murphy into slot number 4 with a term that expires, what did I say with Mr. Lewis's slot?
3.
23? No, it expires,
Slot
2021.
it expires 2021. Correct. Right, because that's a slot that is already, that was occupied.
Right.
Okay, so slot number 4, I'd like to appoint Michael Murphy, who is also a current alternate member, to slot number 4, which expires 12/31/2023.
I'll second that.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay, so moved. So be it resolved that the town board of town of Monroe hereby appoints as zoning board appeal members in slot number 3, Peter Lewis, term to expire 12/31/2021. And be it resolved that the town of Monroe Town Board hereby appoints as zoning board of appeals member in slot number 4, Mike Murphy, term to expire 12/31/2023. What? No, we had to do this first.
Okay. All right.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint the zoning board of appeals chairperson as Mike Murphy,
Second.
seconded by Councilman Scaparello. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay, so be it resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe hereby appoints Michael Murphy as zoning board of appeals chairperson, term to expire 12/31/2019.
All right.
Congratulations, Michael. And Pete, thank you for stepping up, both of you.
Thank you.
I know I've heard from the other board members, you guys have been great assets there, and I know you being an alternate member, and you, Mike, you have filled in on many meetings, so thank you very much. Okay, zoning board of appeals attorney appointment. I'd like to make a motion, or you want a motion, Rick? Yeah, well,
Make the motion for,
no. Third, Nugent, McCarthy.
Farrett, Nugent,
McCarthy.
and McCartney as attorneys for the zoning.
I'll second that. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Come on, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarella, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay. So be it resolved that the town board of Town of Monroe appoints the firm of Ferrick, Nugent, McCartney, TLLC as the Town of Monroe Zoning Board of Appeals attorneys. Okay.
Mr. Supervisor?
Yes.
I think we were remiss in reappointing the town attorney. Did we miss him?
Or is there something you want to tell me?
We're not going to Pete Tilby, don't worry about it.
On the spot, huh? Ooh, geez, not again. But it's deja vu all over again.
Oh, your RP was 5 years?
Yeah, yeah.
So do we still don't reappoint you every year?
You can.
Every year.
I'm making it.
No, not every year, not every year.
Appointed to the firm of Ferrick, Nugent, McCartney as our.
Let's do this. Let's do it because of the change in the partnership name.
Yes.
Based on
That's a
that.
good point.
So,
All right.
There you go.
Okay.
See?
I'll second that. As counsel to the town of Monroe, correct? Not town attorney? Right, okay. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Come on, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarella, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay. So moved. Board of Ethics, we're going to hold off with new members until February, but I would like to make a motion to reappoint in the 8th slot Paul Phelan.
I'll second that motion.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Come on, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarella, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay, so moved. So be it resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe hereby appoints Paul Phelan as Board of Ethics member. Slot number 8, term to expire 12/31/2023. I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Susan Pendergast into slot 9.
I'll second that.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Come on, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarella, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay, so be it resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe hereby appoints as Board of Ethics member Susan Pendergast, slot number 9, term to expire 12/31/2023. Okay. Conservation Advisory Council. Let's see. I'd like to make a motion to reappoint in slot number 4, Ward Brower, to a 2-year term.
I'll second that motion.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Come on, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarella, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay, so moved. Well, since we're at that point,
Yeah.
John Ebert, whose term expired this past December, has decided to retire. He's also retiring from his position up in Orange County. They will be sorely missed, where you will be sorely missed. You were definitely an asset to the town of Monroe on the Conservation Advisory Council, or Conservation Commission, as the public knows. We truly appreciate your time and dedication to the town. I know you were able to obtain numerous grants. A lot of the trees that are presently in Mount Bishop Park are due to your diligence and your board's diligence, and we greatly appreciate it. You will be missed greatly, as will your humor, John. I love that dry humor, and I hope you'll stay in touch with us. I know you have plans to head down to Delaware a little bit once in a while, but you're welcome to come back and join us. So if you want to come up to the mic, John, Rick will read the plaque that we have for you.
Yeah,
Yeah. You want to go up there?
I have it here, Tony.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna go over here.
Oh, yeah.
Veteran member. Congratulations.
Working, right?
You-
You want to come outside so we can grab a photo? Come over here.
A photo op to make this photo. YouTube forever. John, John, I'd like to say, you and I both served together on some pretty turbulent years, and really appreciate you hanging in there and helping us through the highs and lows, as with any time. So, in grateful recognition of 23 years of dedicated service and contributions to the Conservation Advisory Council and to the town of Monroe community, John, this is for you. I know it's a small token, and it speaks volumes of the character that you are and the person that you are. And we also got this little commemorative Monroe pin of service that you can wear with distinction.
You know, I've got 25 years with the county, and that's all I was waiting for. They give you a pin at 25 years. I'm not going to wait till the 30-year pin. And I just want to say I became dedicated to the environment at a very young age, high school. We had the Sloop Clearwater, we had the pollution in the Hudson, and we had the great person of Pete Seeger drumming the old banjo and making everybody aware that there were problems and there were solutions. And from that beginning spawned a whole lifetime of dedication to conservation efforts, the environment, and the participation of the people that I've met here in Monroe certainly reinforced that. And I'll have to tell you, being a volunteer and coming down to monthly meetings, the other better half is always wondering, what the heck are you doing down there? So I'd just like to recognize my wife, Bridget, sitting out there.
Bridget, come on up.
Shared my angst at times and some of the many rewarding times. So thank you, Bridget.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support also.
And yes, Tony, I will stay in touch. I'm still a resident of Monroe and will continue through my life to be a resident of Monroe. Walton Lake, where I live, is a beautiful lake and part of the lake community that we all share. That certainly spurred me to get involved, and I'm hopeful that the young people get involved. You don't see them like as you should, and so I think that's our mission.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Get them active.
Let's get a, George, can you take a photo? Everybody's,
I have.
yeah. Everybody looking up?
Yeah.
Did you get my
Just
good
hold on.
idea? Did you get my good?
Everybody's looking
They're all
in different
good.
directions.
Oh,
Why don't you let him stand next to his wife?
why don't you
It's not Mrs.
stand next to the boss, all right?
Slide in, slide in.
Get a little closer, Rick, would you? Okay. Thank you.
Might get-
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Keep hugging those trees, huh?
I will.
Thank you.
Have another presentation.
Oh, yeah, well, he's not here.
Thank you.
Jonas.
Just keep.
Jonas Hoffman. Jonas Hoffman isn't here. Jonas Hoffman isn't here.
Just take that up with you, Rick.
I'll shut it off. I got it off.
It's off, yeah.
Ward, we haven't received any other applications, and I will leave it up to you to find us a new chair. Yeah, that's fine. All right, thank you. Okay, item 12.1, which is the Smith Clove Park Commission. The reappointment of Andy Calvano, whose term expired 12/31/2018. So it's a 5-year term. So I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Andy Calvano.
I'd like to second that.
Okay, call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McKnight.
Okay. Be resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe approves to appoint Andy Calvano, reappoint Andy Calvano to the, from the town of Monroe, on the Monroe Joint Parks and Recreation Commission with a term to expire 12/31/2023. Okay, official undertaking by town officers. This is essentially to provide a blanket undertaking insurance provided by travelers. So I will make a motion that the town board of the town of Monroe approve the individual undertakings of the supervisor, town of Monroe clerk, tax collector, town justice, superintendent of highways, and to be dispensed with, and the blanket undertaking provided by traveler to be filed with the Orange County Clerk's Office in lieu thereof. So I will make that motion.
I'll second it.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne,
Cardone, aye.
aye. Scangarello, aye.
McKnight.
Okay. So whereas the town board of the town of Monroe has reviewed the undertaking provided by travelers, I think that date's wrong, Mary Ellen.
Where was,
It says on the last paragraph on that,
No, that date is correct.
Is that-
It does expire on January 29th,
expires on January 29th, 2019.
19.
Right, okay.
Thank you.
Finds it sufficient in form, manner of execution, and sufficiently of sobriety pursuant to Public Officers Law, Section 11, subsection 2. Okay. Did we vote on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes,
did
we
vote.
did.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. The per meal, per diem meal allowance for travel on official business. I'll make a motion that the town board approve to provide a per diem meal allowance as reflected in the town handbook in lieu of payment of actual and necessary meal allowance.
I'll second
Second that. Call the question.
I have a discussion, receipts shall be required
That's,
Yes,
as
yeah,
part of the resolution. Well, you didn't read it, that's
I didn't
why.
read it, yeah, I was gonna read it at the end, but
But we've always-
Rick jumped the gun.
Thanks, thanks.
It says it right
Yeah,
there.
but we always.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so Bingham, aye.
And if meals
Here
are
we go.
provided,
They don't,
then they do not get paid.
Correct,
That's also in
correct.
there. Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McKnight.
Okay, so moved. Mileage reimbursement, make a motion that the town accepts the IRS-approved rate of 54.5 cents per mile for those that are using their personal automobiles while performing official duties on behalf of the town.
Supervisor, before we adopt that, it's 58 cents for 2019, so we should amend that.
No,
Yeah.
Thank you very much, council.
and I'll second it at the 58
At the
cents.
58-cent rate. Okay. Okay. Call the question?
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McKnight.
Okay, so moved. So be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Monroe approves Section 1, that the Town Board shall approve reimbursement to such employees at the IRS approved rate. Currently, that rate is 58 cents a mile. Section 2, the Town Board shall approve reimbursement of such town officers at an IRS approved rate for mileage reimbursement outside Town of Monroe. Currently, that rate is 58 cents a mile. In Section 3, that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Okay. Rules and regs, rules of procedure.
Rules of procedures.
Okay.
My part.
Well, why don't you bring that up, because I forgot to talk to him about that. So, I'll make a motion that the town board adopt Robert's Rules of Order, 11th edition, 2011.
I'll second for discussion at this point. I have a point to bring up with the attorney, if I may. With Robert rules, it's my understanding that the chair cannot vote unless there's a tie. But in our town board meetings, we've adopted it in premise where the supervisor is able to, in fact, vote if there is a tie or not.
Yeah, so the resolution here indicates that we're adopting Robert's rules to the extent that they're consistent with town law and, of course, with our local rules that we adopted.
Okay.
So if it comes to an issue like that, the town law would prevail, and which allows and requires, in some cases, the supervisor to vote. So the resolution as written is fine. I think the only amendment needed is, I believe, that the local rules were amended in March of 17. Right now it says February, so I would just add after the words February 27, 2017, just as amended after that, because I do believe we had an amendment once after that date for the Town of Monroe Board rules.
Okay.
So at that point, call the question.
Okay. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McKenna, aye.
Okay, so moved, be resolved, the town board of the town of Monroe shall conduct itself according to Robert's Rules of Order, 11th edition, 2011, the extent that Robert's Rules of Order are consistent with the town law of the state of New York and the town of Monroe's meeting rules adopted February 27th, 2017,
As amended.
as amended. Thank you. Okay. The official approval of the meeting dates for 2019. I will read the dates. I would also like to change the start time to 7 o'clock. If that works for everyone. Can you ask our attorney if that works for him? Councilman again?
You want me here at 7?
Yeah.
Sure.
You won't be saying that three.
So the meeting dates are as follows. The only thing that would change them, if there is a change in the primaries, which could be moved from September to June, and that might conflict with some of the meeting dates that we may have, because we don't know what those dates would be. Currently, we know when the primary is. So the following dates, tonight, January 7th, January 14th, these are all 2019. February 4th, February 25th, March 4th, March 18th, April 1st, April 15th, May 6th, May 20th, June 3rd, June 17th, July 1st, August 5th, September 3rd, 4th, or 5th, that's going to be determined based on the primary. September 23rd, October 7th, October 21st, November 7th, November 25th, and December 9th. Do I have a second?
I'll second that. All for 7 p.m.
Right. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye?
Scangarello, aye.
McKenna, aye.
Okay. So moved. So be it resolved that the town board of Town of Monroe convene on those dates just presented, and that all town board meetings shall be held at the Town of Monroe Senior Center, 101 Mine Road, until the new town hall at 1465 Orange Turnpike is purchased and renovated. All meetings shall begin at 7 o'clock unless noticed for a different time. Okay,
So next Monday at 7 PM.
7.
7 PM, yep. Okay,
You make?
what's that?
Mr. McGinn?
Okay,
Whatever the board wants.
That's the spirit.
you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. We also have to appoint the members of the bar. I'd like to make a motion. I have 2 people I would like to reappoint, and Mary has 1 person she would like to appoint. So I would like to make a motion to reappoint Rosemary Knapp to the bar.
I'll second that.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay, so move, that term expires at the end of the year. I'd also like to make a motion to appoint Laura Fernandez for the
I'll
term
second that as well.
with a term that expires at the end of the year. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay, so moved. Mary?
Excuse me, Supervisor, the Bar Board of Assessment Review, they're appointed in September.
No.
That's why they're not, that's
No,
why.
I know that, but we didn't appoint them in September, so that's why we.
Yeah, they were appointed onto they're in the minute, they were appointed, so their terms, they have their terms already. Till September, yes, Rosemary was appointed, and who else did you say?
Rosemary,
you have served, right? You have served on the board?
No, they served
We did.
last year, though.
Yeah, but it goes from to September. Their appointments go to September.
I understand, but I do not believe we reappointed them in September.
Yes, they had to have been because they served in May.
No, May is coming up.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because we appointed them last January.
Okay, and we need to check their terms, if it's just a year or it's longer,
Okay,
okay?
because we were, last year we did it on a year.
Okay, so let's check that, but, yeah, okay, I did miss that. That's my mistake then.
All right.
Either way, they were appointed now.
But it is
You're in.
September.
It's too late now, there's no turning back.
Okay. Mary?
Okay, and I want to appoint Paulette Brown to the BAR.
I'd like to second that.
Okay, call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay, so moved. Okay, Robert's rules, open meetings, special meetings. We have to designate, I make a motion that we designate the public location for special meetings posted on bulletin boards at the town hall at 1465 Orange Turnpike.
I'll second.
Do we have to have a second, please, to?
Supervisor, if I may move to amend that, just add, unless otherwise indicated in the special meeting notice.
Okay,
No.
unless otherwise indicated in the special meeting notice.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you for that clarification. Okay, do we have a second?
Yes, we do.
Second.
Okay. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay. So the requirements for calling a special meeting are set forth in section 62 of the town law of the state of New York. Supervisor of the town may, and upon written request of 2 members of the town board, shall within 10 days call a special meeting of the town board by giving at least 2 days' notice in writing to members of the board of the town when and the place where the meeting is to be held. The requirements for public notice of a special meeting are set forth in section 104 of the Public Officers Law of the State of New York. Public notice of every special meeting shall be given to the extent practical to the news media and shall be conspicuously posted in one or more designated public locations at a reasonable time prior thereto, and that includes our website. Okay. The official newspaper, I'll make a motion that the official newspaper be the Times Herald Record out of Middletown, New York.
I'll second that for you.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardona, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin I.
So moved. Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Monroe approves the official newspaper of the Monroe Town Board to be the Times Herald Record. Depositories. I'd like to make a motion that the Town Board designate the current depositories: M&T Bank, J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, Sterling National, TD Bank North, Key Bank, and Greater Hudson Bank.
I'll second that motion.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardona, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin I.
Okay, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Monroe designate the official depositories of the Monroe Town Board to be M&T Bank, J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, Sterling National, TD Bank North, Key Bank, and Greater Hudson Bank. Petty cash funds. I'd like to make a motion to approve a petty cash fund not to exceed $500 for the tax collector.
I'll second that motion.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardona, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin I.
Okay, be resolved that the Town Board of Town of Monroe approves the tax collector to authorize to maintain a petty cash fund not to exceed $500. Highway purchase authorization for the highway superintendent. The Town Board would like to make a motion to approve an amount not to exceed $5,000.
I'll second that.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardona, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin I.
Okay, be it resolved that the Town Board of Town of Monroe approves the superintendent of highways to purchase equipment, tools, and implements during the year 2019 without prior approval of the Town Board in an amount not to exceed $5,000. Okay, approval for accounting and financial reports. Town Board shall engage the services of a certified public accountant to make an annual audit to be completed 90 days after the close of the fiscal year pursuant to Town Law, Section 62. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardona, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin I.
Okay, so moved. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Monroe engages the services of a certified public accountant or someone of equivalent expertise to make an annual audit to be completed within 90 days after the close of the fiscal year pursuant to Town Law, Section 62, open parentheses 1, close parentheses, and Section 123. Be it further resolved that the supervisor shall submit to the town clerk within 120 days after the close of the fiscal year a copy of the annual financial report to the state controller, and the town clerk shall cause a summary of such report or notice that a copy of such report is on file and available for inspection or copying to be published within 10 days in the official town newspaper pursuant to Town Law, Section 29, open parentheses, 10-A, close parentheses. Return check fee. I make a motion that the Town of Monroe imposes a charge of $20 on each return check tendered as payment.
I'll second that.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardona, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin I.
Okay, so be it resolved.
Supervisor, can I, if you don't mind, read this resolution, because I want to make a slight change to the language.
Sure.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Monroe imposes a charge of $20 or the cost actually incurred by the town, whichever is greater, on each check tendered as payment in return for insufficient funds.
Okay, so moved.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Town Board would like to authorize the immediate deposit of funds collected by the tax collector into interest-bearing accounts. So I'll make a motion for that.
I'll
Second.
All right.
Second by Councilman McGinn. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardona, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin I.
Okay, that's 4. What are you at? Okay.
Very intent on what I'm doing here.
Yes, so be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Monroe approves the immediate deposit of funds by the tax collector of all tax collections in interest-bearing accounts as a temporary investment measure. Okay, Town of Monroe holiday calendar. So I will read each calendar and then ask for a motion on it. This is the proposed 2019 holiday calendar for the town of Monroe non-union employees. Tuesday, January, these are all dates in 2019. Tuesday, January 1st, New Year's Day. Monday, January 21st, Martin Luther King Jr. birthday. Tuesday, February 12th, Lincoln's birthday. Monday, February 18th, President's Day. Monday, May 27th, Memorial Day. Thursday, July 4th, Independence Day. Monday, September 2nd, Labor Day. Monday, October 14th, Columbus Day. Monday, November 11th, Veterans Day. Thursday, November 28th, Thanksgiving Day. Friday, November 29th, Thanksgiving observed. Tuesday, December 24th, Christmas Eve, a half day. And Wednesday, December 25th, Christmas Day. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne,
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin aye.
Okay, so moved.
Supervisor, if I may, with respect to the union holidays, I'd recommend that the board just adopt a motion that the holidays will be as set forth in their respective collective bargaining agreements, so that there's no inconsistency in the event one of these dates is different.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that the town board adopt the holiday schedule for union employees to be the respective dates that are noticed in their collective bargaining agreements.
I'll second that.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne,
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin aye.
Okay, so moved. Okay, so we have a request for budgetary transfers. We need to approve the following budgetary transfers, and we'll go one at a time. Transfer $100,000 from Capital Reserve Truck Account DB00-9950-9000 to Capital Projects Highway Equipment Interfund Transfer Account H010-5031. And this is from, John, this is from 2018, correct?
Yes.
All right, you making this motion,
Yes.
Mr. Supervisor? I'll second that motion.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne,
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
5.
Oh, begin aye.
That's what the 5 was
I
for.
seconded it, that was like enough. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading the other transfers, that's why.
Next motion is to transfer $1,663.59 from account DB 5110-4352 to account DB 5130-1052.
I'll second that.
Seconded, call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne,
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin aye.
Okay. You looking down there, Rick?
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure.
Next motion is to transfer $75,000 from account DB 5110-4354 to account DB 5110-4400.
Second by Cologne.
Second by Cologne, call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne,
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin aye.
Okay. Okay. The fee, the RFP for the electrician and plumbing services. And this and the next item, the Monroe fee schedules. I know Councilwoman Bingham has worked diligently with Attorney Nugent on this. Everything from 12 midnight emails to 6 o'clock in the morning emails. And I know you worked hard. I mean, I'm joking, but I know you were very diligent and got in contact with a lot of the different departments and people who would be affected by this fee schedule. So I thank you for that. So I would like to make a motion to approve the fee schedule proposed by Councilwoman Bingham.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne,
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Begin aye.
Okay, so moved.
thank you, Mary.
The RFP for the electrician and plumbing services.
Mr. Nugent, you have one question that the board needed to decide
Yep.
on, right? The length and the number of contractors.
Well, I think it was, yeah, the initial term and then the renewal, how long of a renewal period if we were going to renew. Let me just pull up one of them. And the initial draft was for a year contract.
Yeah.
And I think we had an option, yeah, for extending the agreement for an additional blank number of years. So in other words, on either one of these, once we sign a contract, the board can do a one-year contract with one-year renewals, or if you want to do something longer, you can do that. So we just kind of need a consensus on the initial term, and then if you want to allow renewal terms on these contracts once we accept a proposal. So we have a year in there. Is everybody good with that initial term?
Yeah.
And
Yes,
then
good.
you want to do up to 3 one-year renewals?
I think that's
Yeah.
fine.
I think that's fine.
Okay, so we'll work that into the issuance. I would recommend in the motions on these, we can do to authorize the issuance of the RFP in a final form acceptable to town council with the issuance and return dates to be set by the town clerk.
Okay, so moved. I'll make that motion.
Right?
I'll second it. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Clone
Cardona,
Scangarello, aye.
McKenna, aye.
okay.
And that'll be as to both electrical RFP and plumbing RFP. They're two separate documents, but we can cover it with that one motion.
Okay, and the dates the town clerk would set for the return of the RFPs?
Yes.
Okay. Has anybody approved or signed off on the order of claims for this month?
I signed claims.
So,
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to approve the order of claims.
I'll second.
Well, they signed, so, yeah, since yes, so,
I'll make the motion to approve the audit of claims as outlined in our packet. So, is there a total on this? Okay. Yeah, total is $458,171.64 for the general fund, and then for the escrow fund, it would be $7,657.20.
okay, I'll second that. Call the question?
Bingham, aye?
Clone
Cardona,
Scangarello, aye.
McKenna, aye.
okay,
And then there's one more for the road opening.
Yes.
Return the bond.
15.
Do you want a separate motion on that?
yeah, make a separate motion.
Okay, so I'll make another motion to approve the abstract of audited vouchers for the road opening return of opening bond, and that would be for $1,500.
I'll second.
Call the question?
Bingham, aye.
Clone
Cardona,
Scangarello, aye.
McKenna, aye.
again, aye, okay. I just want to go off course a little bit here. We have another individual who we'd like to acknowledge for his years of service. Jonas, where you going?
No, Jonas is out there.
Oh, Jonas is out there. Oh,
Any
okay.
glasses?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
There he is.
There he
Mike,
is.
Rick?
All right. Jonas Hoffman has served, come on up, Jonas. Jonas Hoffman has served on our planning board, zoning board of appeals, I'm sorry, on our zoning board of appeals for 19 years. He has, yeah, he has been chairman for a good period of that time. Was it 8 years? How long were you chairman? About 8?
About that. 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5? Okay, for 4 or 5 years. And he has done so admirably, and I think you had perfect attendance this year, right?
At least one.
And that's perfect, I guess.
That's perfect, so we
Not
want
better
to
than some
acknowledge,
people, that's for sure.
we want to acknowledge and thank you for making an impact.
Besides the holiday.
But
Making an impact in town of Monroe. Go ahead, Rick. We'll
I
come around while you
I
talk.
just want to make this presentation, sir. Jonas Hoffman, in grateful recognition of 19 years of dedicated service and contributions to the Town of Monroe Zoning Board of Appeals and to the Town of Monroe community. Mr. Hoffman, thank you so much. And as much
Come on up.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Again, I'm sorry for the loss.
Yep. Come on up, guys. Ladies. Happy next to Dad.
And of course, we can't forget the smallest one.
Cut over here.
Leave it there.
Balance this out.
Wait outside.
So everybody face the camera.
Can everyone look this way, please? Just get one more.
No, you didn't like that one?
No.
Let's go to the phone.
Multi. Has a better camera on it. Okay, one more, please. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to say it's a little bit emotional for me, but I'm not used to. I would like to thank the community for giving me the opportunity to be on the board. It was a pleasure to serve the community. And by our board, we always came for a variance, so I'd like to ask for a variance. I'm here dedicated to the community. It was a pleasure to work for you, for the community, and I would stay longer if I can.
Yes, we understand.
I'm always here. In the future, you need anything, I'm here to, whenever you need anything. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to help you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Quick story, the first meeting this year in January, I stopped in, and Jonas, no, I'm sorry, it was last year. It was last year, first meeting, and Jonas was chair, and he's a very soft-spoken gentleman. And he proceeds to call me the next day, and he says, so how did I do? I said, Jonas, I really don't know, you didn't say much last night. But he did so admirably, and he was a driving force. I know Mike Murphy worked with him this year, and one of his fellow board members who served 4 years, Abe Muller, is here. And Abe, thank you, appreciate it. Come on up, Abe.
Well, that 19 years.
Thank you very much. All right.
How are you?
So, if you want to get another photo?
Another photo. Use the phone.
We're good.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no. How do you do? How do you do?
Yeah, man. Okay, we'll see you. All right. Rich trying to leave.
Oh, that's it. Do you want to go into executive session? A little recap?
Do it.
Yeah, just, we will have some.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so, the last thing, I guess, is we have to adopt the current rules again, council, or is that, would we need to adopt those again? or-
The town board rules?
Yeah, the rules for public comment.
They're part of the town board rules that we already adopted earlier with the
Okay.
procedure and the Roberts rules, so that's
Okay.
been covered.
Okay, so, without any further ado, oh, we can sign that anytime. What's that? Yeah, bring it up here, yeah, come on up, I'll try and review it, and then, we'll get it back to you at the end of this week. Does that work, Nancy? I'm sorry, I was wondering why you were here, but, you know.
Oh, just came out, nothing to do, hang out for a couple
I
hours.
have the signed 2019 contract,
Okay,
I have the financials
okay,
for last year,
great.
and shirts.
Oh, thank you.
For the
Shirts.
board members in honor of us being the Board of the Year last year.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, thank you.
very much. Great job.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, both Wayne
Nancy, was that
and.
for the county or the state?
It was the
It was the
county.
county. Nancy was given the Volunteer of the Year,
Leadership,
Leadership
Wow,
Award.
excellent. That's
Wayne-
outstanding.
Wayne
the educator.
was the Educator of the Year, and the Corps itself got the Corps of the Year.
Wow.
And it was a nice ceremony, so
Wow.
congratulations, great job.
Congratulations.
Can I give one quick shout out, one more thing? For anybody who tuned in, and this is now for the people watching at home later on, but this goes to prove what volunteerism is in this town, and they provide a great service, our volunteer ambulance corps, as well as the fire department. So if you're even thinking about how to get in, give a call. They always need volunteers for any shift, anything. They can always use a set of hands to do just about anything. So if anyone out there is thinking of what it would be like to volunteer, give Nancy a call, give Wayne a call, give anyone at the fire department a call, because they're always looking for, and we always need volunteers. So it starts here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
very much. One quick note, January 22nd, John? No, yeah, January 22nd. There is a fire district commissioner vote. 2 people are on the ballot. So please get out and exercise your right to vote.
22nd.
January 22nd,
That's 3 to 9 at 406 North Main Street.
which is the substation on the corner across from the gas station, right down the street from the Mansons. You guys could.
Well, dinner for everybody.
Jog down, yeah.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
All right.
Okay. Thank you all for attending. Without any further ado, Councilman McGinn wants to open his mouth, which he was a little short this evening, so. go ahead.
Listen, we have quite a few people that serve on the board here, on various boards, and on behalf of the board, just want to echo what Rick had said earlier. Listen, we would be nowhere and we'd be nothing without folks like you who volunteer to serve, and that's what this community is all about. So we thank you for everything that you do, and bring friends. We need more help.
Yeah.
So, but thank you very much. We certainly appreciate it.
And I just want to, let everyone know that, this year, our first year together as a board was an extremely cohesive one. It was a professional one. There were times where, we had disagreements with respect to anything that we might have been discussing. We worked it out. I will make you laugh. There was one encounter Councilman McGinn and I had over a conference call. We weren't in the same spot. And immediately following that, I received a Photoshop of 2 Rock'em Sock'em robots with my head and Councilman McGinn's head on it. And, the humor is truly what got us through the 2 previous years. Because they were trying, as everyone knows, this was so much more worth serving the public. Not that the first 2 years weren't, but this was a pleasure. And I personally want to thank Mary, Rick, Sal, Mike, our council, Mary Ellen, Valerie, Patty, and our highway superintendent for making my first year an extremely enjoyable and pleasurable one to serve our constituents. And I will tell you that I have gone to numerous Association of Towns meetings, and Monroe's back on the map.
In a positive way.
In a very positive way. And I will say this, that I have spoken to numerous towns, and the word out is that our highways are one of the safest ones after a snow event. So I just want to congratulate John and his man. So without any further ado, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
It's not midnight. Okay, come on, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Make it aye.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, everybody.